Welcome to episode 49, everybody. We got JaysKnottyWood back in here. Welcome
Hello.
back, Jay. It's good to have you again, sir.
Good to be here, as usual.
Hell yeah.
Always.
Y'all can tell I got dressed up for this.
Appreciate it.
He always dresses up for this. He's putting
Me
on
too.
a tux.
For the
Yeah.
occasion.
I'm sweating my
I rolled
balls
out of
off.
bed and was like, oh shit, I got 10 minutes to be on this fucking podcast.
Oh, damn, bro.
Literally, I was laid in bed. My phone was on the charger.
I don't want to tell you
oh,
what I was.
shit.
What were you guys all doing right before this? I'll tell you what I was doing. We know Tuna was
Moving
sleeping.
pallets.
Or he
I was not sleeping.
He was watching TikToks on his phone in bed.
No, I was actually
I was-
watching TV.
I was
Same.
moving a bunch of pallets, wood pallets.
Pallets?
For the
Yeah.
goats.
We're gonna use them to make a chicken coop.
Hell yeah.
The
dude.
actual coop part of the chicken run area.
Yeah.
Wooden
Pallets
pallet.
are
Thanks for the
great.
pallet, by the way.
Yeah.
Pallets are great,
They,
man.
For the full size pallets, we're just gonna use them as the
Yeah.
chicken coop because we did order a shed, a metal shed, just a tin metal shed, and I was gonna cut holes out and just put like register vents on it
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
airflow and stuff because you gotta have airflow. It's hot.
Yeah.
But we looked it up and it said even with the registers and stuff on there, it's still gonna be really hot because it's like
Desert.
circles of
Yeah.
the sun here. Yeah.
Baked chicken.
So yeah.
Facts.
So we were like, well, fuck it, we'll just return that shit. We get pallets at work all the time. We just take a bunch of pallets and slap them together and make a little building out of it. And I'll get some like the what is it called? Like the wave tin roof type material, and I'll slap on it and
Yeah.
Corrugated.
yeah, like the corrugated steel, like corrugated tin roof shit, and slap on it, and that'll be the chicken coop. I'll build
There
a
you
little
go.
frame for the door, and
Nice.
Very cheap
you know?
chicken coop.
Pallets?
Yeah,
Well, you
well,
can find some
that'll
good
be-
pallets, man.
yeah, but we got some good pallets.
Yeah.
and then but we did purchase a run, so we have like an actual metal frame run with mesh on it and a tarp cover for the.
You know
chickens.
what? You gotta respect the tarp, man.
Respect the tarp.
I had to.
So yeah, that's what I was doing. The wife built the run. Actually, she did it herself.
Damn.
We haven't put the material on it yet, like the actual mesh, the wire.
Oh,
But
nice.
she
I didn't do anything that
frame
exciting.
together.
Jay was probably playing with his wood.
I got some stuff done yesterday. What was Jay doing? What were you doing, Jay, right before?
I had a lazy day. Like I said, I was telling you guys beforehand, my wife is she's down and out. So we just it kind of brought the energy of the house down. It's Sunday. So I'm just trying to let her rest up and not
Yeah.
do too much. Cause if I'm outside, then I constantly have to go in and check on her and stuff just to make sure the kids
Yeah.
aren't being, in a fight. So I just was like, girls, spread out, play games, just have a chill day.
Yeah.
But right before this, after the nap, I got up, ate dinner, and I was like, oh, I got 45 minutes. I'm going to get the camera in shape and let's go.
Nice.
Ugh.
It's
Nice
good to see that you
slow
cleaned
cooked
up the shop
bratwurst.
for us.
I know.
I've been working on it. That's the plan. That's where I'm going. Clean up
Yeah.
the shop. I mean, behind me's actually more of a mess than anything. Well, actually, right there's the mess. But this corner is cleared out, and I'm
Cool.
gonna do some. Got my dad coming in. He said he's gonna come up Friday, and just I'm like, I'm gonna have pretty much a blank slate. I have trouble with blank slates and trying to organize stuff myself. I'm like, if like he and I used to work at Price Rubber, as a rubber factory, and there's different size steel, all the parts, all the stuff we had to use to stock. It was all laid out, and I'm like, that's what I need. Somebody come in and be like, look, this is where your lumber's going. This is where this is going. This is, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. If it's set up like in that, when you tell me where it's going, it's always going to go in that spot. But for me, I'll come out and be like, I think I'd like this better over here, and then I move it and I lose it because I forgot I moved it, and it's not in the mess.
I let my wife organize everything and then tell me where it goes.
That's what I need. My wife's like, I don't know. It's your shop. Put it where you want it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, just tell me where to put it.
Mm.
Hi,
Yeah,
Cam.
but you would hate to have like your wood on the opposite side as like your chop saw or something, and you have to like walk it all the way across
I mean,
the shop.
The opposite side is literally right there. So I'm in a small maybe a 1-car garage. So yeah, the walk isn't that far. That's part of the problem is the space. I don't have space. I can't put it up on the wall because of the pitch, and it's a mess.
Oh. Put like shelving in there or something. Put stuff on or no?
Yeah, that's the plan. But like, look, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is the low pitch, and then it goes up from there. That's not even.
Oh,
You know, if
I
I
got
can
you.
touch
I
that.
got you. Yeah, yeah.
That,
So the garage has
glory
got an
hole
angle.
door is a little
Right?
high in it.
That's the Hobbit
was-
door.
It's a glory hole door.
Jay's a giant. That door's actually
Oh,
3
yeah.
feet tall.
No.
Jay's
Yeah.
just 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, the door and the mess is over there.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
all the
Holy
mess.
shit.
But that's the cleanup, and I got a plan for all of it. So
That's the
let's
shop.
move it off of.
everybody.
Oop, yes,
You
shop.
should have just let the compliment stay there and not showed the.
We'll get into that.
Oh,
Hey,
you
That
gotta
fucking
move it somewhere to reorganize. It's fine.
giant fucking cool ass sign you got here in a little bit, though. We'll talk
Yeah.
about
Oh
it.
yeah.
I ate some biscuits and gravy
Let's go.
for supper, and then watched
And you said supper. Oh my
watched the
gosh,
movie.
supper.
Watched the movie Civil War. Rented that one and watched it.
Was it good?
Not what you expect it to be, but it kind of is. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Not worth the
Oh,
rent.
I felt like it would have been a little. I don't know.
I would wait for it to be.
agenda-driven movie.
It's not really. It's more really just. It's about the press more so.
Mm.
I sound about 90. Why you say that? It's more about the press. So, and a bit poetic in that fact, but there is the backstory of why all the things are happening when the country's at a civil war or whatever.
I think it's because you said supper.
Yeah. So I had that, and then I watched the movie, and I was right before I came on. I was wiping down some leaves on my plants in my house.
The
Which is
green
weird.
thumb over here.
Yeah, I bought a tree yesterday for my back.
Oh,
I
my
had
goodness.
to buy a tree because one of my trees got murdered by deer.
Mm.
Oh,
The deer came back there and they were just fucking rubbing their antlers on that bitch and just shredding the fuck out of it. So now it's a stick. Just
Can I
sticking
rub
out
my
of the
antler on
ground.
you?
Yeah, of
Oof.
course, man. I like it right here. Yeah.
All over the
That's what I was
stash.
doing. Yeah. So I got a big tree, an Alaskan weeping cedar. Looks really cool to put back there once it stops raining like a fucking a lot, because it's raining a lot right now. But
Yeah, this
pretty
rain is
boring.
raining
Raining
my
a lot
fucking
here.
style.
Pretty boring Sunday, yeah. Which is okay.
Yeah,
need
my
'em.
mom said it's raining up at Sam Rayburn right now, like crazy.
That's, yeah.
Oh, I took shit
How did-
earlier too, so that was interesting.
45 minutes of your life scrolling on TikTok. Got it.
No, it wasn't. I don't do that. Actually, don't bring your phone in there with you. Yeah.
No, they need
Yeah.
reading back of shampoo bottles, man. That's
Nah, you don't do that anymore, bro.
Mhm.
It's nostalgic and shit. Try it sometime. Try it sometime, bro. You'll be surprised how little time you spend in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't spend time in there right now.
But it's also fucking like peace and quiet time too at that point.
It is. I think that's part of the reason why most people, a lot of dudes, spend a lot of time in there is because it's quiet time.
Not when you only have one bathroom and there's four fucking other
yeah.
people.
Well, I could see that being an issue. Yeah. Hurry up! I just sat down.
Yeah,
like, hurry the
that's-
fuck up.
That's
done
rough
that.
right there.
literally
Yeah.
my
Bathroom?
cheeks touch the ground, have to bounce back up. Go, because I'm gonna be in there for a minute.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You said your cheeks touch the ground.
What?
Touch the toilet.
Oh,
See,
okay.
So you,
That are,
He's
that
shitting
are
on the
actually yell at
ground.
me.
if it's on the ground, just go dig your own hole.
Listen, yeah.
Yeah, I'll start to go toward the bathroom, and Ashley's like, "How long are you gonna be?" I was like, "I gotta poop," and she goes, "Well, I guess I'm going to the other." I'm like, "Yep." I was like, "But if you hurry up, you can get in and out real quick."
Yeah. Let me go first. That was the common theme of a single bathroom home.
Mhm.
I had one too at one point.
Yep.
What do you got to
I
do?
grew up with
All
that.
right, if you got to go, you better go now.
I grew up with 6 people in a 1-bedroom home. 1 bedroom, 1 bath with 6 people.
Holy fuck, dude!
Getting ready for
Yeah.
school was fun.
we have
Oh. You got to
We
start
have,
the night
You gotta
before.
schedule the
dude.
shower. Yeah, you
We're
gotta schedule
poor.
the shower.
Hose
Yes.
outside.
Mhm.
hose outside.
Combat showers, man. What are you talking about?
Poor bath.
Hit that bitch where it counts. Call it a day.
What were you saying,
That's
Rebel?
a whore bath.
Oh.
We have signs on our bathroom door. It says at our lake house, it says no camping and no loitering, shit like that.
In the bathroom?
It's like get in and get out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it one bathroom up there? Is that
Yeah.
why? Oh okay.
Well, I mean, it's one bathroom, but
Yeah.
bathrooms all over the place, depending on which tree you go to.
Well, yeah,
Lake tree.
I get that part. You can bring yourself a roll of toilet paper and just go shit out in the woods and bury it. That's fine
You
too.
can go right off the fucking dock. What are you talking
It's a
about?
normal
Right in
thing.
Water.
I think they swim in that lake. You swim in it?
Yeah, it's big enough.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. It's still just a thought of like people shitting in the lake.
I
mean-
kind of not have to realize, like, somebody's done it at least a handful of times
Yeah, but
before
you
you
don't.
get in.
You don't have to think about it. You know what I mean?
Dude, when you go fishing
all.
or whatever, you drop trowel, hang ass off the fucking back of the boat, and you just drop it.
Well, yeah,
Make sure you got some good baby wipes. Like people shit in that motherfucker all the time.
yeah, that's true. I think if it's you have to because there's nothing else you can do, sure. But if you're just doing it just to do it, I don't know.
No, we have a camping toilet, and we shit in a bag and then burn it if we have to.
Oh, yeah. Put it in a drum and add some fuel to it and fucking stir it around with a giant stick.
You just need to make a little outhouse building around your camping camp toilet.
No, we do have a shower. We have it like in our second outdoor shower building.
Oh, okay.
It is quite
Yes.
lovely. Yeah.
They have
Septic
the
system.
bucket toilets in the classrooms. They handed out everybody a bucket toilet. And Skep, we need your shirt, a tarp, to go. You open the cabinets, stick the kid in there, put the tarp over the cabinets in case we're on lockdown for too long.
Oh, I got. That's what it's for. Not for normal everyday use.
No,
Oh, I'm
I
like,
mean,
what?
that is interesting though. I mean, that's interesting.
It makes sense to me. You know, It
literally
does-
a red Home Depot bucket.
Yeah.
I mean, not the
Toilet
most
seat.
sanitary thing ever, but I mean, in situations like that, why not?
it's better than shitting on the floor. You know,
This is true.
It's
I
gone.
would rather get backed up than shit in a classroom with my schoolmates.
Dude, I
right
can't
there,
imagine.
10 feet away from me.
Can't imagine
Motherfucker-
eating that.
Shit on a C-130. It ain't much better.
No. And you smell up the whole fucking tube too when you do it. There's no like
Facts.
ventilation, dude. It's terrible.
Now in high school, that's a little different. It'd be funny. But like elementary, middle school, man, that's
I mean,
just begging for it.
it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, it does.
That
I'm
it
not knocking it.
exists. No, I'm not either. I think it's better than shitting on the floor if you're locked down for a long ass time. You know.
I just
Yeah.
want to know who's the salary employee that has to clean it.
Janitor.
Has that been thought about?
Well,
Probably not.
did they just put one of those lids on it and fucking throw it away?
No, you got baggies. Like I think they gave us bags to put in the bucket. If they fit the
Oh.
bucket is another story.
Done that
Who knows?
too on an aircraft. before.
Haven't tested it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't tested it. Don't want to test it.
What are you doing over there? Testing the bucket. Testing the
Yeah,
buckets out.
Teach a class with your head coming out of the tarp. Yeah, just keep reading, kids.
Yeah.
God forbid you're the dude that has to take a shit on a C-130 though, because you are about to be the most hated motherfucker on the planet at that very moment.
Yeah, it was the same for flying on P-3 aircraft, the Navy surveillance aircraft.
Yeah.
Surveillance reconnaissance aircraft. There's a fucking toilet in there, but no one ever used it. That is the rule. Like, if you got to go, you could pee into the fucking bucket thing because it gets carried out at the end. But if you got to shit, you're shitting in a bag. And if
Yep.
you are the one that shits on the plane in the bag, you're cleaning up the lav. Like, you're taking the bucket out, you're taking the bag of shit out with you, all that thing, all that stuff. So
It's kind
definitely,
of the same rule on like luxury buses.
definitely don't drink too much the night before getting on one of them. I'll just say that. Don't do it.
I mean, the bus don't even have a bathroom; they have a bucket, so that's fun too.
Don't they have like a drawer you pull out and it's like a toilet
Yep.
seat? You
Yep.
shit on that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's like an RV.
That's weird.
Alpha.
Mustache rides.
Cleaner your seat spot to sit.
Yeah. Mustache rides are subscriber only, just so you know.
Mm, I forgot that rule. My bad.
Yeah, that's the rules. He's like,
I'll get my comb.
I'm about the free mustache rides and stuff. Damn.
I'll go get my comb and get it ready for you though.
Pay to
But, yeah,
win.
pay to
yep.
win. It's COD. What are you talking about?
As he says,
We knew
A.
where we came from.
He said A. So Canadian of you. So Jay, tell us about that big, giant freaking sign you have back there, bro.
What do you want me to say about it?
I mean, just tell us what like you came up with it, and then how long.
So
what did
it's
you do
my
to
business
construct
card.
it? Yeah.
It's the business card. I literally just I projected onto the plywood. I used obviously sheets of plywood for it, for the projection, and the letters. What I do is I mark out the top and bottom, and then I just project inside the box that I've got there. I trace it out. I hated this one because I couldn't do it on the bandsaw. My favorite tool of all time. I had to use it on the worst tool of all time.
Which is a table saw?
Nope, table saw would have been fine too. It's
Oh.
the jigsaw.
Oh, I got you.
Especially with plywood, it tears it up.
Yeah.
So, it's, as you can see with me back here. Okay, this end to that end is 6'6", and it's 3 foot this way. It's a mean beast.
6
Heavy
by
as fuck,
3.
too.
Pretty good
bet.
side.
So the lettering and stuff is all lifted off, right? There's like a gap where you could put the lighting and stuff in
There
it.
you go. Let's see if that fixes the glow a
Yeah,
little bit more.
that looks
Yeah,
nice.
it's just doweled, so it's just under 3/4 inch plywood, and then I take the dowel and I go half in on the plywood with on top the back of the letters, and then I glue those in, and then I flip those and hold in place and trace very carefully to get it to not move or whatever, and place the dowels on the other side. The letters, the JKW, are 2 foot tall each
Jesus.
and about 1.5 feet wide. And the font is, the J is thicker, obviously, as you can see, but that's the font. The font is thicker on the left side. If you notice the K, it's got
Yeah.
the thicker. This is even thinner. It's just the font that I used. It's the same font on my business card. And yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
my biggest sign to date, 64 feet of LED lights in it.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was also nervous because I opened the box, and it said it's 2 32-foot strips. I was like, oh shit, how's that going to work if I trace it? Because what I did was start here, and my debate was, do I go all the way here and then come up, or do I initially, when I thought it was one strip, do I do the bottom and then come up to the top, or do I come here and kind of wave it? Just based on the effects of the lights, I can control the lights and all that, but when it was 2 strips, I'm like, it doesn't really matter what's going to happen. So I went through the O and the I, essentially, of the K. We split this way. That side, the J and the K, first half, I had about this much left of the 32 foot. This side, I had literally, I didn't cut it. I tucked in the rest up under the W here.
So
it was that close to not making it on the W, because the W is essentially traced inside and out, like twice or 2 or 3 times worth of footage.
So is it like a rope light, or is it a LED strip, like the tape strip looking stuff?
They're tapes. Yep.
Oh, okay, I got you. It's like
It's the Govee,
super thin stuff.
Yeah, Govee RGB IC.
Yeah.
I need to get better at. I mean, you can't see them. This right now, I have spots where the lights are coming off. I think it's not taking, the adhesive isn't liking the heat. But I need to come up with. I need to find the appropriate. Here we go. What's this stuff?
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
I need to find the appropriate soldering metal and wiring, and that way I can solder stuff together. I know how to solder. It's just been so long since I've done any of that and looked into it. I don't know what, especially with these being controlled by the chips. I don't know how much needs to be resistance wise and whatever current wise.
Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty cool project, man. How long did it take you to make it?
Working on it wise, well, it took me about 2.5 hours to string the bitch.
Jeez.
I think, just because it's a lot of stringing. But I don't know, maybe 10. Maybe
10 hours?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. I'll have to go back and look at like actual work time on it with all the recordings and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it would take a while.
Yeah, I do it while obviously everything's streamed, so a lot of times I'll stop and have conversations and stuff in between, so my timing isn't really.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. It's hard to tell, and you take little pauses and stuff. You guys don't know,
that's
Jay,
not including paint time.
Jay does live woodworking streams right here on Kick right now. So JaysKnottyWood, if you want to check that stuff out, it's pretty awesome. And if you have the video up, if you're just listening, it's a large 6x3 wooden sign with raised black lettering and LEDs. Right now, white LEDs behind it, lighting it up, which is really cool looking. So does it change colors?
Yeah, I could. It's full control, pretty much every section.
So RGB, not just straight like white lighting.
It's actually, yeah, RGB, but also IC with, I don't know, I think that's individual control. I don't know what their acronym stands for, but without trying to get people.
So that's so you can program each individual light on the strip.
Yeah. So finger sketch right here.
Oh yeah.
You can't really see it. There's a bunch of lines here where I can tap.
Oh, change sections. It looks like. I mean, that's pretty cool, man.
I have a problem. My right side flickers on white, on certain whites. I don't know why. So I'm like, great. I strung it, and then that's what happened. The wire on the side, it's all intact, but it doesn't like the white in that specific one. If I do the seam,
probably a loose connection on one of the chips.
Maybe.
Yeah. But this white light, it doesn't flicker. But if it's pure like the white, it does.
Oh, I got you.
There's no way I'm going to be able to go in there and really find it where it could bend, because I've got it bent up and all kinds of stuff in different spots.
So it's like certain temperatures of light that do it then, really?
Yep.
I got you.
The background, complete happy accident. So
it looks rustic.
Yeah.
Russ.
The idea was to wood burn. I wood burn the whole thing with my tiny little torch that's, like that big, because I didn't grab a big old weed burner, which would have done it in like 2 minutes. So I sat there and torched the whole thing a couple inches at a time. And then my idea was to whitewash it, just very lightly go over it with white, right?
Okay.
Well, I got a bunch of white, and when I got it from Amazon, I opened it and the lid was all crusty. So the paint was pretty much already open and the seal was broken on it.
Oh shit.
I was like, well, I put it down and I used a 2.5 inch putty knife to spread it out. And it literally was like drywall caulking. It was a mess.
So did it set up and cure or what? That way or what?
Yeah. Yeah. So some points, which you're not going to be able to see from that far away, some points of it, the rustic piece, this is here is torn, and where other spots it like whitewashed and like I wanted to. Others it's just scraped along there, and the putty knife kind of scratched it off and gave me an even better effect than I was looking for. So
yeah,
can't replicate it.
That's pretty cool, man. The way it looks.
It was fun.
That's straight up some Bob Ross shit, like AG said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy little accidents.
It's very sophisticated. Like if you take off the JaysKnottyWood, it's like a law firm.
Yeah, I feel like it is like a law firm. Yeah,
I was thinking more like a burger joint, like a classy burger joint.
Yeah, I like the
tuxedo of it, and I was gonna, I mean, you guys know early on I struggled with a logo. I hate the circle idea, but everything social media, it's a circle. I'm like, can we move on and go a little more square logos, more, So I just went with that. I was gonna recreate it, but my business card, I'm like, I can't touch it. It's tuxedo. It's classic. It's black and white. Simple.
Sometimes simple is better.
Yeah.
Too much stuff going on is like, it gets to looking cartoony or something, So you're like,
My next thought on this is going to be to try to get it to, oh no, slow down.
Whoa. It's wild.
My next thought is to try to get this hung up on the wall, but also at an event, like a booth event. So think of 10 by 10 canopy. I'm going to create either a rolling wall or something, but to have that on at an event glowing like this, you're going to have to stop by.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
There's old school like chalkboards that were on rollers.
Yep. Something like that.
Oh yeah. The ones that flipped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like pegboard on the other side.
Yeah. You could probably find something like that on fucking like Marketplace, like an old cheap one, and see if it'll mount up there.
Yeah.
I wonder if do they still make those, or is all we have is what was made in the past? They still make the rolling.
Yeah.
Or can you just find them? Like
probably not a chalkboard anymore. It's probably like a dry
it's a
erase
whiteboard.
board.
Yeah, so like a chalkboard. That's
or a smart board.
Smart boards, yeah.
Dude,
there we go.
I always wondered if you could buy one of those old ass chalkboards. Did you ever get taught when you're writing on the chalkboard when you go to erase up and down and not side to side?
Mm-hmm.
I got taught that, and I think part of it's because your ass shakes side to side when you're erasing quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's what the reason was, but I don't know, because if you're going up and down, but there's two things. One is you don't write curved lines if you're not erasing sideways and following that eraser curve. If it's vertical, you can write straight lines.
So that effect is what I was worried about with the lights. If you notice, the bottom doesn't change to the blue and the red.
Yeah, but you don't
Is
really
it-
notice it.
It still looks cool as hell.
Section. It looks good. But for me, it's the white.
So
Yeah.
you can buy a reversible chalkboard on casters from Wayfair for $540.
How big
Yeah,
is it
for
though?
48 by 72.
Holy shit.
Not big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all you're really doing, I mean, you can cut it out and make it longer
Well,
yourself. You're just
yeah.
using the side frames.
You could get
Yeah,
some
'cause you-
2x4s and just make a stand for it. You can mount it on and take it off
Yeah.
of.
I think that's the plan. Is we're gonna come up with a just an easel of sorts like that, and
Yeah,
where
like
it
a
just
mount.
sits in there and brackets it and mounts it. Yep,
Mhm.
on wheels. Throw some casters on it.
I mean,
I
that'd be
need some
pretty
eye
cool.
hook and a chain on the back to hang it like a
Yeah. I think you need to
A-frame from the top.
put a
I probably
flower,
can't,
like
not from the top.
a little tiny
Just-
basket of flowers hanging off of it or something, you know? Well, that's a pretty awesome, sizable project, that's for sure. That is a
Yeah,
that's,
it's
that's big.
why
Epoxy
my
the
back's been
top
out
and then
for a
make
while.
it your work desk.
yeah.
Oh,
Could
shit.
do that.
Like pour epoxy.
Nope.
Mhm.
hmm
Oh damn,
That would be pretty legit.
That would be wild. That would be wild. The only thing is if the strips shit out at one point, like you'd be stuck. You'd be kind of stuck.
Yeah, you'd have to
Yeah.
make it to where the back would be removable or something.
Yeah.
Or just don't
That's
turn
pretty-
it on again, and don't let them know there's lights in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Cut the cord off.
Yeah, but that's part of it though.
It is.
Got a lot
Yeah.
of pretty little lights because everybody's gonna be like, ooh.
People
Right.
like lights, man. Lights do things to
Mhm.
people.
That would be a dope ass coffee table though.
That's like a whole ass kitchen table, dude. That thing's
Dude, you
6
can
by
make fucking
3?
gaming
Shit.
desks out of those.
oh
Yeah.
6x3 is a that's because my desk is 6 foot long, but it's only 26 inches wide or something.
Yeah, do
So that's
gamer
like-
logos with that.
That's about the size of my desk right now. That thing. That
Yeah,
one's
if you
wider
come-
though.
Yeah, if you can come up with a way to freaking like have a removable back on it and all that stuff, like to be able to replace the strips, you can literally
What happened?
he
Rebel-
smacked himself with a tape measure.
Tape measure came back and smacked me in the knuckle.
Yeah. He's not used to that. He only usually pulls that tape measure at about 3-4 inches. So
Facts.
6 inches, buddy.
a real 6 inches or dick inches?
Dick inches. I mean, but
That's
you
what I
gotta
thought.
have some
3 inches, so
playroom.
3
You know what I
inches,
mean?
got it.
So 4. I got it.
You gotta have some playroom, you know, to make yourself
Yeah.
feel good.
I got you. I got you.
My
He pulls it out
desk
longer,
is
so he's like, "Oh yeah, see it's this," and then he doesn't turn it around. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
69 inches,
That's your
just
desk.
short of 6 foot. Yeah.
Oh shit. Is it just a piece of wood like a or is it actual desk with drawers and all that shit?
It was a desk with drawers and anything, but they were throwing it away. I just took the top off of it and put it on 2 dressers.
Oh, okay. I got you.
The IKEA desk.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That's fucking wild, man.
Scattered
So,
severe thunderstorms possible.
are
in your area
you-
within the next 5 hours.
Are you enjoying Jay being out of school for the summer? I guess it is pretty much summertime, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's summer break. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, but I'm like everybody keeps telling me to calm down, relax. You got time, but it feels like it's over because we go back. I start July 26th.
Jesus.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Y'all doing the full year thing?
no,
Year round school year?
nope.
That's weird.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
and we get out at the same time, Memorial Day weekend next year. It's the same shit. I'm like, how are we starting earlier and earlier? And we still only have 100, I think 186 days of paydays.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
So, I'm gonna read that in a minute. Rebel said that's weird. Having a school year and then a summer break.
the school year starting that early
Oh,
shit.
and not be year round.
well, it
my
ends
wife's
early.
leaving. My wife is currently headed to urgent care. Apparently.
You need to take off, bro.
1 second. I'll be right back. Let me see.
All right. Don't forget to mute for you.
What?
So don't forget to mute.
That shit
Oh,
cusses
no.
him the fuck out.
No, my truck's gone, so they're already gone. See, my coworker's staying with us right now too. So,
Oh, okay.
well, she's no longer my coworker since she's retiring.
Oh, okay.
Tired, but all right. Well, if I go in and there's a missing kid, oops, one less mouth to feed.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's
No, they should be
50K a year in your pocket.
So yeah, I think, well, you guys, your school year is like ours here, at least high school is about to end like in about a week or two, like July. My daughter graduates June 15th, and I think they start school in like September or something, August or September.
So what it used to be,
Yeah.
we used to not start before we start day after Labor Day,
Okay.
or that week, and then run to like June 10th, June 11th in that range. But like I question it all the time because I'm like, so that's 2 weeks out of Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks. Where's the whole month of August and the 2 weeks of September go? Because that, to me, that doesn't add up. So the 2 weeks of September, say you start September 1st before Labor Day. That's your Labor Day is usually what, the 7th though? So last week of August would be where you start. Why are we starting the first week of August? The kids start August 1st this year. Like, makes no sense. But
I know here they do like they start school and then they instantly take like 4 days off, like almost instantly because it's the Labor Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like they don't even get a full week. I think it's that week or
Like-
so they started.
When I was in school, we didn't start till after Labor Day.
yeah, that's what I was saying too. That's weird. But you would only go like a week, the end of the first week of July or something like that, first full week. So it was, I don't know what they're doing
Oh,
besides messing everything up.
Well, what really irks me is how like the first day of school will be on like a Thursday or a Friday.
No, appreciate that for your
Doesn't-
teachers.
Maybe for the teachers, but you know, like it's still like you go to school for 2 fucking days
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
or one. You know,
I love that. So Glitchy Beard was telling me, he goes, dude, why do you guys start on that's so weird. I said, here's the thing. As a teacher a couple years ago, we started on a Monday, like started the first full week on a Monday. It was the longest week ever because you don't have your books probably until Wednesday, Thursday. So because the librarian's not there to do any of that over summer. They come in first day of school. So then they got to organize the whole school worth of textbooks and all that.
Mm.
And it's like after the first couple of days of, all right, kids, this is how we're doing things. This is how we want you to line up. This is, then you start trying to implement stuff, and it's kind of wild because they're trying to just get used to being in school again. And you can't really get much teaching done. Where you have Thursday, Friday, you come in and it's like, all right, we read a little passage. This is how we're gonna break stuff down. Literally for the whole year, this is our process. Individuals, what's your volume sound like? What it looks like? All of that stuff. How we're gonna discuss things, break stuff down. Very scaffolded up front, but you want to push through it. But after 2 days, typically 2 days of nobody going to the library, the next Monday you get your books and we just hit the ground running. Like you get 2 days and then you go because
Yeah, it kind of makes
next
sense.
year's going to be a
Yeah,
giant shit pile though.
it does make sense, but it's like you got an entire fucking school's worth of books. Like,
Yeah.
Well, nobody
And
really works during the summer,
I-
right? The summer break,
Admin,
just admin.
yeah,
admin, custodial stuff.
Mm,
Well, because librarians are hourly, 4 hours a day. That's it.
really.
see that to me, like the managerial mindset of me, that's like they can fucking because y'all normally go back to school like a week before the actual first day or whatever, 2 weeks. Some districts.
I go back the 26th, so the Thursday before. Yeah. So
Mm,
we
Yeah,
just
I think
prepping.
it.
we have 2 prep days, and is it 2 prep days and 1? It might be 2 in-service days and 2 prep days, but they're gonna throw us into some dumbass training
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year. Listen to some dude and some new. Oh, we're gonna do this way, and and this is what it's called, and and then right before the year. Oh, by the way, implement this. We're looking for this year. okay, can I get everything we wanted from last year? Can we start the year first? Like, and get, they always like to throw shit at us.
Good idea, fairies,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you got to go through the bureaucracy. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question because I know this is something I've always wondered, but I never really found an answer to. And it's probably different everywhere. But do teachers get paid still during the summer when they're not teaching, or do you have
Yes
to
and no.
So like
I get paid for 186 days of the school year or of the year period. It's so I do get paid in the summer, but that's because we have them pull money out each month to give us that extra.
So it's spread out through 12 months.
Yeah.
11. Yeah.
11. Oh,
A lot
So
of places
I-
have the option to get paid up front for the summer, or
Yeah.
and then you have to live off the summer with that, or have it spread out.
Essentially, I'll get 2 checks at the end of June, like my normal monthly, and then that summer holding. But I won't get paid again until I don't even know if I get paid. I don't remember if I get paid in August or September.
Huh.
The end of August, I think it is. So I have to go July, all of August with that extra. Yeah.
why
Typically,
don't they
we
just
pay all our bills.
Yeah, why don't they just
For 2
spread
months.
out the salary for the 12-month period and just break it all up into bi-monthly pay periods?
Because they're not working.
Well, I
So
understand that,
the
but like,
district office would have to go in and actually do something like
Yeah.
accounting, and they won't do that. They won't.
oh, I got you. Okay. They don't want to work too. This is what it is.
Well, they don't want to work, and the district doesn't want to pay them to pay us.
Oh,
It's just
that's kinda
it's all.
strange.
I mean,
You could
you
literally
can't
do
imagine
that from home, I would think.
Yeah, but you could also preload it too, because a lot of payroll systems you can already load it, especially like most of these, it's all salary shit. So you can literally say
It
this
is.
is what they're going to
Most
get
of
paid,
them,
so they don't even have to go in unless there is an issue.
Yeah.
which they'll create, and I mean, not this last school year, the school year before, we were getting our blue slips. It's like, and our yellow slips. So the blue slip is, hey, this is what you're gonna make next year. The yellow slip is letter of intent. Are you coming back? Yes, no, maybe, no. So when you do that, that's essentially you saying, hey, I'll be here, and that's your contract for next year that they count you in. You have until like June 30th or whatever to be like, yeah, no, I changed my mind, fuck off. After that, then they can still hold you after June 30th. They can still hold you to that contract, or somehow, I don't know, even though you haven't started the year for the next year. But the blue slip is supposed to be, all right, this is the step and year you're on. So steps sideways for unit advancement, and years down salary wise, whatever. Well, payroll screwed it up so much that they were going to only pay us like $23,000 for the whole year. And I'm like, wait, what? Like everybody got like 2 months of pay on that blue slip, and everybody's like, yeah, this isn't right. We're not signing this. And then our office staff would be like upset. We're like, no, we're not upset with you. We're telling you we're not signing this because I'm not agreeing to get paid $23,000 for 186 days. That's half of our entry level right now.
That's
Like, no.
crazy.
No,
I'm like, how do you mess up like that?
Yeah.
What? And
like how do I live? Like
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
And
dude,
the other
what
thing
the
is
fuck?
payroll. What are you doing the rest of the month? Like, you have a day to pay for payroll, but it should all be set up. So what are you guys doing that you're messing up this bad? That makes no sense. And didn't check it before you sent it out to the district. So when those letters go out, it's the whole district they send them to. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
I
It's
think
fun.
I think a lot of people do less than the minimum amount of work when they work their jobs. That's what that.
100,000.
There's a lot of people that do that, and you probably just have some people that do that. Around. There's always some.
Well, we do have a crap ton of people in the district office that's like, it's pointless. They just start appointing new jobs and shit all
Yeah.
the time.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
that do far less than what they're worth or what they are being paid, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
like I think that's. I think a lot of school districts are like that. Like I've never had a good experience at any school district ever.
Mm.
Not one good experience at all. I'd rather go sit in the fucking DMV in the middle of fucking Dallas, downtown Dallas, for 8 hours than go to a school district.
When I got hired, I was an intern. I didn't have my credential. I decided to, because they want you to student teach for a year basically. So you're under a master teacher, then you student teach and all that, and go to school, but you're not getting paid to do it. So you're essentially teaching half the year but not getting paid. I'm like, can't afford that. Got 2 kids, not doing that. Internship, I got thrown in without my credential, with going to night classes and all that to get my credential and then clear it after. So I did that. But getting hired, I started going into the sub pool because I was like, I have a degree. I might as well start subbing, see if I don't get a job. So I was doing both, applying, interviewing for teaching jobs, and entering the sub pool just in case I didn't get a job.
Mhm.
Go in, they need transcripts. I give my transcripts. Go in the next day for the teacher interviews. They're like, "Oh, we need your transcripts." I was like, "I gave them to you yesterday." "No, you didn't." "Yes, I did. I'm entering the sub pool. I literally gave you that yesterday, and I was told it's fine. It'll work." "Oh, well, it won't work like that because we can't it's 2 different jobs, so we can't use the same transcript for the other job." I'm like, "What? How does that make sense? I didn't even started the sub process yet. Can you just use those for this one, and then I can go back and do the other one? Because, like, what?" "Well, no, somebody already opened them." "You did." Like, how are they? They're like, "It's not valid anymore."
Here's your
Then-
sign.
Yeah. Then I got hired.
Dumbasses.
I went back and they're like, "Yeah, you got hired. You start on, I can't remember the day now, on this day." And I was like, "Wait, so I'm starting in the classroom the first day of school?" "Yep." Okay. Like, "No, yeah, it's just your classroom." I'm like, "But I get no prep time. I don't what?" Like, so I'm just gonna start with kids and never seen the classroom, not even like they're like, "Yeah." It's like, "Okay, well, I have a question for you though." She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "So on like Thursday or Tuesday, it was like 3-4 days out beforehand. Did my fingerprints clear?" "Oh, I don't know. Let me check." "Oh my god." I'm like, "Wait, really?" She goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. They didn't check. We'll call you back." I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like, okay. It was great. I mean, that's when they were desperate. This year they were desperate for subs. Let's just say we hired on the spot. Which I don't know how they did that because we have no subs. It is all a specific ethnicity, and they're all hired at the same time. And come to find out, most of them don't speak English at all. They might know, yeah, okay, or They sort of like to just kind of get through and get you out of their face. No English, and yeah, we found out that they just straight up said, "Yeah, you're hired on the spot," without many checks or conversations or anything. And yet we're fingerprinting parents to be on campus for volunteers.
So hold
I'm
on.
confused
So
how the system works.
So these are substitute teachers that are being hired, and what is the
Nothing checks.
predominant language in the school that's spoken?
English.
But
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's bilingual. There's probably some Spanish-speaking students or other language-speaking students, right?
Yeah, for sure. I had
So it
5 or
makes
6 languages in my classroom this year.
right. But for the most part, I would say the primary language is likely English speaking because that's what most places are here in this country. But it doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't they hire people that speak, they're at least bilingual, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
English primary, whatever secondary.
The ethnicity that they hired, I'm like, oh, I mean, honestly, it could be good because they might be able to communicate better with our growing population in said ethnicity. It's Middle Eastern. Like when you have, or we're having issues with our ELD, English language development right now. And it's like, do you want to ask me why we're having that? No? Okay. The district's like, we don't understand. I'm like, I could tell you why. Our number 2 language in the district right now in most places is not Spanish anymore. That's why. Everything we have is Spanish cognates. Spanish, we relate to Spanish. But we're getting a lot of Middle Eastern languages, Punjabi, Farsi, like 4 or 5 different, I don't know. And it's like, that's why. Because we can say something, but they can't relate to it at all. I have no relation, like Spanish, I can relate to Spanish, exit, salida, I can do that. Whereas like Farsi and these, I have no clue. And the words don't even sound the same. None of them will. So it's like, that's why we have no programs that help us do that. And our bilingual aids, both Spanish.
Oh, so they're not really keeping up with the trend of what language is being used
not
more.
At all.
Okay.
Somebody in the district missed the district census.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I
had
had
to redo it.
5 or 6. I had 5 or 6 languages in my classroom with my EL kids.
But do they speak English as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's
I mean, I wouldn't say they need to conduct another one because every time you go re-register your kid, they literally ask you. Like every form I've ever filled out, it always asks, like languages.
Mm-hmm. So they would be able to just pull that data, right? I mean, I would think.
I mean,
It's got to go in a computer somewhere.
That sounds like one of those people who's getting paid that ain't doing their job to get that pay. That's what it sounds
No, I
like.
bet you
Doing
the
the minimum.
person. I bet you the person that is inputting it, doing the data entry, is doing their job. It's just the people at the district that are, some of these decision makers. That is not what they actually care about.
It's the people that interpret the data and then put it into some sort of action. Yeah, there's no money for that, right?
all about it.
I need more money to do that. Yeah. You could put it on the paper, but we can get the data and we can extrapolate and we can look at it and go, we can do all these things, but in order to do that, you got to pay us more.
Well, our teachers next year, we have no kindergarten aides next year. They are like, no, that's been defunded. We don't have the funds for that. And I'm like, okay. And we're going full day daycare. It feels like daycare. We're going full day kinder next year and no aides.
Defund kindergarten. That's my opinion.
It's actually not, it's not required.
Kindergarten's not?
Once you start, it is, but it is actually not required.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
First grade
kindergarten's like socialization, basic
Not
shit.
anymore.
What is it now?
Not in our district. It's read, know your letters, know your sounds and stuff, and literally starting comprehension, though.
Well, that's been part of it too, but I mean, a big piece of it is like socializing and being around other kids and
and getting the routine. But our standards are they need to be reading so many words per minute, not just introducing and recognizing words. It's they have to be able to read. I'm like,
yeah.
But again, physiologically, they can't do that. We're pushing kids to comprehend prior to fourth grade, and that's if you look at all of the history, all of the research, just stop. All of it is reading, recognizing words, putting them together, and then fourth grade, you start the comprehension piece. Don't start it earlier because it's going to mess them up, and it is.
I swear, the little town that I went to school in, they didn't even begin to teach us how to read until second grade.
You had exposure to
I had
words
to
and
read
stuff,
before going to
but
school.
then you started piecing it together.
Yeah. I had to read before going to school, but I also started kindergarten. I think I was 4. Right about to turn 5 when I went. That's in the early 80s, and I also got held back in first grade because I was smaller and younger than everyone. And it was just it was a bit debilitating being that way around all these kids,
And then
That's
look at
weird.
you now.
Nothing changed.
Right.
I was about to say.
I'm still smaller. Yeah.
Just his head got bigger.
I can read better though. And I'm probably a lot smarter than most.
That's the other thing is attendance, if you're not in school, you can't be held back. Well, basically now I don't think we can hold back based on their new changes, but can't hold back if you're not in school, and basically they won't do it past fourth grade or fourth grade or up anymore either. It's really hard to because then social game comes into it. Well, then your friends and peers. It's like, okay, but do you need it? What is it? Socially great, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, when you're done with school, the social aspect is going to change completely, and nobody's going to give 2 shits if you're held back or even know if you're held back. But can you perform? Can you read? Can you handle the skills? That's where we need to. And all research says early intervention is the best way to go. But right now, based on attendance and all that, we push it off and push it off and push it off. They say what's best for the kid, but that's exactly what it is. It's more money to give that early intervention. We have 0 reading programs. We have 0 math tutoring programs. Now,
not even like after school?
No, but we have money to do it, but who's doing it? The teachers. So they want teachers. Well, they'll get paid for it, but here's the thing: it's double the work of your regular classroom. Not I'm saying you don't get the time to do your regular classroom if you're doing the tutoring, but on the tutoring you have to mark who's there. You have to mark their bench point, starting point. You have to have progression. You have to note everything that's going on, whether it's working or not. And it's like, then I can't tutor. If I'm sitting here trying to do all these things, I can't spend time with the kids on, hey, this is what we need in tutor. So it's more like a double job, and teachers are already burnt out. We don't do that.
When I was in elementary school, the high school students would come tutor us, and they would get a credit for it.
Yeah.
ROP, that'd be great.
Is that a thing still? A program that exists? Like high schoolers coming in and teach kids?
Nope. It could easily be.
Yeah, I mean, they had that whenever I was in high school. That we'd go to the elementary, because they're like my town. It's all right there. High school would get out, and then boom, they'd go book it to the elementary and the middle schools.
I mean, what we have here is a lot of people support Partners in Education, especially from the base. This is a big military town where I am, and a lot of people from the base go out to the schools and help kids with tutoring, reading, homework, all the stuff. They like go out and volunteer to do that kind of thing. There's probably hundreds of them that do it, I think. They even go chaperone things at times and just help out the school district. But it's volunteer time for them. It helps the students out. I think it helps the district out too. But there's probably a bit more, there's some administrative stuff on the backside to coordinate and facilitate all that. But, at least there's people doing it.
Yeah. With us, they want to give us the tutoring. Is like, well, you need to use the current curriculum. You mean the one that's already not working for them that they already don't understand?
Yep.
Like, you want me to fix this kid that's sitting outside of the box of your sample kids that you want them here. They're outside the box, but you want me to still teach inside the box. Not going to work.
So it's like teaching them the same thing, even though they're not getting it already, is what you're saying.
Basically, they're just getting it more one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
that's the issue we had with Piper in school a while back is, she couldn't, they would teach her a specific way to do it. And then so she'd come home, she'd be all fucking frustrated. And I'd be like, oh, do it like this. And she understands, she got it, everything was right. Yeah. And then whenever she'd get no credit on her homework because she didn't do it the right fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there and I'm
Common Core way.
Yeah, and so I fucking go up and go see the teacher, and I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I was like, you're gonna give her fucking credit. I was like, because I know every single one of them fucking answers. And she was like, yes, sir, they are, but she didn't do it the right way. I was like, did she show her work? Yes. I was like, did she get the answer right? Yes. And I'm like, so what's the fucking problem? Because I don't see anywhere in here that it says she has to do it this fucking way. I was like, this is the only way that she understands it. I was like, I get it. You can teach that. I will take time out of my day as a parent. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And do that. And she was like, well, I can't do that. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's go see the principal. And so then I'm in the principal's office or whatever. And the principal tried to start some shit. And that's whenever I was like, thinking. And so we had a few choice words. And I was like, if she comes back failing, we're going to have even more issues. And they're like, yeah, but the state. I was like, I don't give a fuck about the state. I was like, do you care about being a teacher and your job and these kids? I was like, you're doing her a disservice by marking it wrong when she's getting it right. I was like, all I'm asking you to do is just mark it the fuck right. That's it.
So with Common Core, with that, I'm on my position is I don't care how you do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I teach how to double digit multiply 6 different ways.
Yeah.
Literally 6 different ways. I don't care which one you use. I can see you show your work. I can follow your work. The only problem with me doing that is on the state tests or on their trimester tests, they ask them to recognize what the mistake was in one of those other ways. That's the crap part. But again, I don't care which way if you don't get that, okay, sorry. I mean, it's not going to end the world. Not knowing how to break down double digit multiplication in a decomposing method or an area method or box method or doing lattice. Like, nobody cares how you do it if you get the right answer out in the real world. It means nothing.
Exactly.
You can
math.
stretch your brain. Yeah, it's just going to be like you think, it exercises your thought process and stuff, but is that we're not testing that. We're testing answers,
Yeah.
Now it's pathway to the answer is the part of the test.
Yeah.
I mean, I get,
try. Makes sense to me.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like, it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't.
Well, you would have had credit in my class, guaranteed.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of it, I think, is based on teachers too. I think some that have been around for a while are just like, okay, I get this, But back to the whole, find the fucking mistake or whatever. I can see like a life lesson in that. But what you're teaching them in school is actually how to do something, not find a fucking mistake. Right.
But
so,
that's tests that we don't control, though. I have issues with the state test because literally I'm not teaching them that. I'm teaching them how to get to the answer. And that's an application process. That's a higher level of thinking that they're trying to push these kids to. But again, it comes back to developmentally, they can't do that in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Maybe 7th, maybe 6th, but that's where you start learning that stuff. That's where your brain starts to go think about that stuff. Also, you're probably now thinking about how to get laid. It's crazy, but it's definitely shifted about 4 years. from when I was in school. But
Yeah, but like like 7th grade or whatever, like the shit that you're teaching them now, and like they might be able to have the ability to delineate it and all that on what could be wrong, but it's probably not going to be what's wrong and what is currently being taught to them. Right. It'll probably be like a grade or 2 behind because now they've actually comprehended that from a couple of those last 2 grades. They're just now learning something and don't have the full comprehension of it.
Right.
Yep.
And that's like the biggest thing for me is parents come up and they're like, well, he's not getting fractions. I'm like, I know. Well, isn't that your job to teach him fractions? I'm trying to. But here's the kicker. If he doesn't get fractions now, do you get fractions now? Well, I didn't really get fractions until later on. Like, yeah, when you started cooking and doing that stuff, because it's on, measurements and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Could you manipulate these 2 fractions right now? No. Okay, is that because the teacher failed you or because you just don't get it? You haven't been exposed to it. You haven't spent time. The thing with teaching and learning is some kids, oh yeah, I see it. Other kids, it takes them the end of the lesson, end of the chapter. They're like, oh, I'm starting to get it now. Other kids, it's 4 years down the road and just that right word, that right combination, or they had to measure something in the garage with dad, make a dog house. I don't have all of those situations, but as parents, you got to be able to understand that it's okay. Because eventually, ideally, they're going to pick it up.
Not every kid, all kids are moving at different speeds, and every parent wants their kid to be the smartest kid in the school, but they just got to sometimes go, that's okay. They can learn different things at different pace. It doesn't make them stupid. That's just one area where they got to take some more time.
I'm glad parents will be, hey, they're not getting this. Thank you. I know. So let's work together. But it's, hey, they're not getting this. And I'm like, okay, are you having them practice their basic math facts, multiplication? They can't even add and subtract with regrouping. Are you working on that at home?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start. That's the problem. 5 years in, you're going to start. And then I know you're not going to. You're just telling me that,
Oh, yeah. Ask a parent how to do long division if they remember how to do that shit.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people don't, man. Yeah. Calculator.
Well, but that's the thing, though, too, nowadays, like with the fractions, like the long division and all that stuff, like, we got it taught, right? And we had the tools back then to be able to do it.
On camera.
But it's like, all right, cool. Like, you need to work it out. Cool. Great, great teaching tool. Big fan. But whenever you now have to do it that way, you're not going to. So now what are you doing? You're losing how to actually do that. Yeah. If you don't do something on a daily basis, you're going to lose some of it. You can understand the basic principalities, of what needs to be done, but actually doing it right the first time, like, fuck, if my kids, they're asking me math stuff, and I feel like I'm pretty good at fucking math, but I still have to review it. Like, to do it on that level, I have to review it.
You need a memory jog, man. You just need a memory jog. I'm the same way. Sometimes I'm like, hold on, I know how to do this, but let me just jog my memory real quick. Okay, got it. Lock it in, and I lock it in way faster. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not doing it day to day.
YouTube video real quick.
Yeah,
it's quite simple to get back on track.
Yeah.
AG, what math do you use today? If you're on a daily basis, are you going to add? You're going to subtract? Maybe percentages?
No, none really. Honestly,
I use all of it.
I don't use math very often, honestly, in my line of work and job, and
So, I mean, you don't deal with measurements and weights and that kind of shit.
Not really. Nope. The only time I would do that is if I am operating like one of the man lifts or using like a boom lift or something like that, and then you do have to pay attention to your angle and weight.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a dope chart, what we call a dope chart. You have your cheat sheet chart there, so you don't really have to know, off the top of your head the measurements. It's all right. I have that much weight. I can't go over that much angle, and I can't put the boom out over so many feet.
Right. So there's a little bit.
But other than that, that's it, though. Only if I'm using one of those.
If you're making the cheat sheet, then you got to know it.
Yeah. If I'm making, but they come with the machines nowadays, so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I use math as if I'm cooking or something.
Because on an everyday most basis, I'm just I'm a laborer pretty much, so my job is not that hard. Now, if we're doing concrete work, if we are doing concrete work, we're having to do like a sidewalk or something like that, replace some concrete or build, a pad. Then you got to know how many bags of concrete you need for how many feet.
Yeah, like volume basically.
Then
Yep.
you got to know volume. So yeah, so then you would do your your length by width by height, and then get your
Square
volume.
footage and all that bullshit
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
That starts in 4th grade.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
goes into 5th grade. So
Mild algebra,
say
I call it.
if you, yeah, I mean, well, in Skep, you said you use all of it. So
I use a lot of it on a daily basis, man. Which, you know,
it depends on what you're doing.
mhm.
It's going to be job specific and stuff, but the key ones you're going to use, I mean, that I use besides teaching, I'm using all the time, or the older kids. I mean, I can do everything because I've had to. I've taught 7th and 8th grade math before, so I can do all that. You know, I
Yeah.
passed all my math classes or whatever. But on a daily basis, money.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with just adding and subtracting money, or buying in bulk, multiplying
Percentages.
decimals
Yeah,
and percentages.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Out here, it's fractions because of measurements.
Yeah.
But I'm not adding them. I'm gonna go, oh, I need 3.5. Oh, I'm gonna cut one at 3.5 and then remeasure, cut at 3.5. I'm not gonna add it. I mean, I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
guess I need an 8-foot board for that, or a 10-foot board for 3.5
Yeah.
or
Subtract
longer.
your,
You know,
whatever that width of
But
your
that's-
blade bullshit, you know, all that.
right? And that's it. I mean,
10.5 feet.
I did
It's
not
just-
understand fractions until my dad whipped out a tape measure, and then I instantly got it.
Mm-hmm.
That happens
how
a
I
lot
keep
though. You have to be able to apply it to something physical in front of you, not just see it on a piece of paper.
Mhm.
That's
A
how
lot of
that's how I
times.
get after it. I'll do benchmark fractions, which are, you know, your third, half, you know,
Mhm.
quarters, and then tape measure, because it's like, look, this I use fabric measures because they'll slap each other with the wooden ones, the rulers. But I'll use fabric ones. I'm like, all right, measure books.
Mm.
You know, make sure you're not using centimeters, or if you are using centimeters, use centimeters all the way around, or you can't just, you can, but you're not going to be able to do the math to convert that, because that's a decimal, and multiplying decimals you don't know,
Mhm.
because you can't multiply 5 times 3. So
I'd say,
But- 4th and
Now-
5th grade math, the most you're going to use outside of specific jobs and school. You can go shopping in 4th grade math.
Yeah.
And
Or-
5th grade math.
they're doing division by how many Pokemon cards. I would want half your Pokemon cards. I have 10. Well, that means I need to give you 5.
Right.
That's like their math level. Dude.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, now that I'm doing all this flying stuff, too,
No,
like, I'm using everything.
Kids
Oh,
these
yeah.
days, they're going by like how many milligrams of things are now.
Yeah.
Facts.
What's a gram? Oh yeah. How much is an ounce? Oh, that's 28 grams. How do you know that? Because weed, man. That's how I know that.
I mean, if it gets you to understand it, no.
Yeah. What was that movie? It
I
was you know, inner city movie. This
How high?
well, a bunch of them movies, man, where they got some white teacher teaching an inner city school.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The fucking
Yep.
the same storyline's been used forever. It's fucking stupid. But they got to teach them in gangster, fucking teach people in gangster terms or some shit. You got 3 homies on the left. You got 4 homies on the right. How many homies do you have?
Yeah.
What color are they wearing? Yeah.
and they're always so like stereotypical like
Oh,
that.
it's so stereotypical, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's so stereotypical. Now, I think a lot of people don't realize how much they do use it, really depending on what it is they're doing in their daily life, or they just don't realize they're using it. You know,
Yeah.
they don't realize it. You are doing it, but you just don't realize it. You know, I think
It
that's
just comes
the
to
biggest
you.
thing.
You've
Well,
done it so
every
much.
time you break out some change and you pay with change, you're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the
Gets you
people
slapped.
that they go around and they were asking teachers, and even like it's 7:15. What time is it? They're like 7:25.
Mm.
Yeah.
7:15.
Yeah. Well, that's
quarter's
our
25 cents?
language. Yeah, that's our language.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, boys,
That's
I gotta
the
get out of here.
thing that
All right.
gets me.
All right, we're probably gonna wrap up here in a second, anyway. So, give me a little. Let's get a little smile real quick before he goes. Weird ass shit. All right, got it.
All right, love you, boys.
Love you guys.
I yeah, I feel for your old lady though. I've been sick all week.
Oh,
It's been
yeah.
rough.
Yeah, I don't know where they went to urgent care, but I don't even know if we have one in this town, so I don't know where they went. We have one, but it's, you know, nobody ever answers the phone and the doors are always locked. So I
Holy shit.
don't think that counts as
Am I-
having one.
I was gonna say it might not be an urgent care. It's an urgent something.
It's a building.
Urgent care.
They're
Yeah.
texting right now.
Texting you.
Yep.
Right.
They had to go all the way to. They had to
Far.
go to the town I work in, half hour away.
Holy crap, man. That's wild.
So I
You
guess.
live a half hour away from your work.
Yep.
I'd be like,
I live a
Yeah.
half a minute away from where
I
work.
couldn't teach. I taught. I lived in town where I taught, and I was like, I already have to deal with parents there than running to like it's really awkward when you have a meeting where the parents just not doing their stuff and you're trying to keep face, and it's like, look, just step up on
Yeah.
your end.
Yeah.
I'm stepping up on my end, and then you go to the store and they're right there. It's like, okay, I'm out.
oh, I got you.
Or-
yeah.
Also, I'm like,
Awkward.
if I'm out having dinner and having a beer, and the little kinder that recognizes me from campus is, oh hi, I'm like, hi, how are you? Like it's I
Yeah.
don't know, it's weird.
Awkward, man. That's a little awkward, I would think.
Yeah, but
It's like students seeing their teacher doing OnlyFans, It's awkward.
I mean,
Is that a thing out there too? I'm sure there's people doing
gotta
that.
pay the bill somehow.
I've seen
right?
it mostly in Florida,
I was gonna say with the cost of
Yeah.
living in California now. I mean, I'm surprised most all of them aren't.
Yeah.
You haven't seen my feet yet?
No, not
Jay's naughty feet.
Jay's naughty feet.
not a foot guy, man. Just can't say I am. Yeah.
I am absolutely not. That is
Oh,
disgusting.
Jay's naughty feet. They're all like
Jay's
that. They're all.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh man, I almost sent you a TikTok. It was showing some like Taiwanese drag show, and they went to the person's feet, and they were the crustiest, scaliest things you've ever seen in your. It was disgusting.
Why would you
That's
send
weird.
that
I don't
to
even-
me, dude?
Because I know you're
Oh.
aversion to them. Like feet don't bother me, but that was gross.
That grossed me out.
I can't.
100%.
Bro. I can't.
Grossed me out. Feet are disgusting.
Ugh.
I wouldn't even let anybody like touch or rub my feet
Nah,
because that's gross. Like it's disgusting.
it's weird.
I don't
man.
mind touching my feet, but
It
don't
is.
rub me in general. I'm not an animal. Don't pet me.
Unless,
What? I mean,
Well,
I'll go get a massage. Fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna say unless it's a massage. I'm like, there's a difference between that and just like
I don't
Yeah.
even like that, dude.
I don't either. I like.
My
I'm
daughter-
so hairy
massage?
that it
Oh
hurts.
shit, dude. A
Yeah, that
massage
too.
is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't
The
like
deeper the better.
people touching
Yeah.
me like that, man. I just don't
Make
like
it hurt.
Strangers, I'm not a big fan. For me personally, it's weird.
Well, that's true. Well, I mean, this is gonna be weird because it's weird. Like my cousin's like, she went to school for massage. She goes, I have a massage table. Just come over. I'm like, that's odd. That's weird. You're my cousin. And she goes, but it's better than paying $80 at the massage lady down the street that's a stranger. And I'm like, I guess it saves me $80, but like that's weird. And she
I
goes,
mean,
See?
I know what I'm
depends on
doing.
part of the
okay.
depends
It's
on what
kinda
part
weird.
of the country you're in.
I mean, not in
Well, and-
Arkansas, but
My
In
long as you
Alabama,
don't make eye
West
contact.
Virginia.
Yeah.
You know,
my other cousin
as long as
is a
you're not
chiropractor.
moaning. Ugh. Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
He's a dude.
chiropractor's
Get a
a little
Woody.
different,
He's a little different. Yeah.
Chiropractor's a
But
little
he-
different than
He does deep tissue though. He'll do deep tissue like massage to reset and unlock and all that, but it's different to me than my girl cousin going, this is fine. Just
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll put on some
It's-
music, get some oil,
yeah, I'm like,
It's a little
See, I'm okay
Weird.
with like a chiropractor that does like massage and adjustments and stuff like that. But when they start getting into like acupuncture and all these pseudosciences, it's just weird.
Dude,
They give
okay.
them a bad name.
here's the thing. I've got insoles in my shoes. My chiro put them in there and adjusted them because I'm rotating, I'm stepping wrong and all that. He's like, this is what's going on. He put the insoles in and then he hands me my shoes and he goes, all right, put them on. Well, I go like this and I can't bend down because I threw my back out and I'm locked up. And he goes, okay, I'll release you. He goes like this. Literally, he's in here. He goes, right there. I'm like, yeah, that hurts. He goes, okay. So he's going there and he's like, all right, here. Got a spot in the back of the elbow. Hits both of them. He goes, not a minute, just like 20 seconds. He spot, whatever. All right, put your shoes on. Literally can put my shoes on, no pain. I was like, what just happened?
That's
I know. I
strange.
do
But
believe like there is pressure
It's
points that
pressure
release
point.
things.
Yeah,
But when I'm
That's what
talking
he
about
was
like acupuncture,
Yeah,
like
no.
actually sticking a needle, lighting it
Yeah.
on fire and shit like that, is
I'm good.
they don't. What is that doing? Like I understand
Yeah.
like massaging a pressure point or something like that, but
So
sticking a needle in it.
my wife used to get acupuncture, and there's several different things. And this is from an actual doctor who is also like licensed to do acupuncture. So it was done at the medical facility. There's different things, not just the little needles, but there's like little in the ear. They'll put in like a little gold. It's almost like a pin or something. I don't know what it is, but it falls out eventually after a few days. But what I can tell you is that it worked for her.
Yeah.
She has a lot of tight up in the neck, right up in here, like really bad, where it's extremely painful. But I can tell you that after she went and did it, it actually worked for her. I don't know what individual thing it was that worked, but whatever it was, it worked. But you're putting
Even if it's mentally and you're just
points.
mentally going, oh, it'll relax now. That'll
Maybe.
help.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm not saying it's
only
I don't know.
only for the fact that they've been doing it for thousands of years, and
Yeah.
people have
Yeah.
swear by it. And
I mean, people were
So-
questioning when my kids were teething. I was get the amber necklace. Like, what is that? Like, it's just a necklace. I'm like, do they chew on it? No. Just get the amber necklace. I'm like, all right. And it helped. Like, I don't know. It was just like, if you put the amber necklace on, it's got to be the amber one. They have different ones. And I'm like, okay, but it helped their teething. Like, they just weren't as fussy. It helped them. I don't know if it was just the feeling of them grabbing it, which they didn't do a whole, I don't know. It was weird. But they're like, it has to be an amber stone. And it was just a bunch of amber beads. And it helped them get through their teething. Like, okay.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know how it works.
I've never heard of that, but that's interesting. Now
never
I'm gonna,
heard of it either.
Now I'm gonna like read up on it because I'm curious. I want to
Yeah, I'm
know
gonna Google it. Yeah.
what that's
Googling
about,
it.
man. I like
Ours is,
learning
just
cool
rub
stuff.
some whiskey on their gums and give them a piece
Yeah,
of your
that
leather
was the-
belt to chew on.
Yeah,
That was the usual.
whiskey was the popular.
Some whiskey.
because it numbed the gums a bit.
hmm
People don't do that
Mhm.
anymore. I don't think, anyways. I don't know, but that's interesting. Man.
Yeah, they
I've never heard
won't-
I
of that.
literally
them-
typed in amber necklace, and it first thing that pops up, amber necklace for teething.
No shit.
Yeah.
What is it? What do they say that does it? Is it the stone itself, or is it just because there's
It's-
weight on them, or
I don't know. Like, it had to be amber because they have different ones. They have different necklaces of stones, but it's kind of like I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. This is bullshit. This is like the pink love gemstone where you're holding the stone and you're channeling your energy. Like, I'm like,
The
no.
copper fit bracelets.
Copper fit bracelets. I was like, no.
Yeah.
But
I think
It's a
It
legit
worked.
thing.
people are closer to minerals than we like to
Mhm.
believe.
yeah, well,
Baltic amber necklace.
That's what I think. I mean,
the minerals that, like, right now, all this anxiety that we're having in the world because we're low on manganese.
and social media. It's my opinion.
Well, that doesn't help. But the
Manganese, yeah.
the low levels of manganese and zinc is more of immunity. But yeah,
Mhm.
like,
I'll just
it comes down to not having enough of mineral in you.
You think that's
We're also
because
very
of,
low on vitamin D right now too, because nobody goes out in the sun as much as we used to.
Oh yeah, I like going out. I try to get
Well,
as
I
much as I can while it's here.
See, but here's a counterpart to that. The hole in the ozone layer should allow more of that in, so we should need less exposure, right? Because we're, global warming and shit. We're warming up, and there's more sun. It's hotter, so we should be having more of that.
I feel like you're being facetious right now.
Oh,
See, no, but the greenhouse gases
Yeah.
actually
I don't-
filter out some of it.
I don't believe in
Oh,
any of
okay.
that bullshit.
there.
I
There
do.
you go.
Fucking
I believe in it.
holes in the
I believe in it.
ozone and fucking the sea level rising. Like, come on, man.
Oh, the hole in the ozone happened because here's the thing: the
Is it
whole
not
greenhouse effect
Closed
and all
up
that.
now.
No, it healed itself, or it at least has. The hole in the ozone came from. You remember? I don't know when it was.
Shooting
I want to say
rockets through
80s.
it.
Not that. It was literally the aerosol cans. They had to change in every aerosol can,
Aquanet.
mainly hairspray. Yeah, Aquanet hairspray used a specific chemical for their aerosol, and literally worldwide banned like that. They got rid of it worldwide.
Mhm.
That's why I think this whole global warming bullshit, because if it were, we worldwide would just straight shut down. This
Yeah.
global warming is to sell cars,
I think you may be honest.
sell cars, sell solar.
I put a whole thing in the chat there.
That's
Scott,
it.
for you to
Yeah.
read.
It's okay. So amber teething necklaces are believed to relieve teething pain because they contain succinic acid, which is said to soothe sore gums and reduce inflammation when absorbed by the body. The theory is that the body temperature of the wearer causes the amber to release the acid into the skin, which is then absorbed into the bloodstream and transported throughout the body. That's
But
pretty
then they
wild.
just
This
Then
came
they
from the
just-
interwebs.
put
The
some
interwebs. So
of that in
for anyone to
a
know.
lotion or something.
I mean, I don't know.
sure.
Well, it may be you don't want too much. Just when I read that, my thought is my kids typically would fever or get hot when
Hmm.
teeth were pushing.
They're teething,
Well,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would
Mhm.
elevate, and then that would activate the necklace. Then the amber, I guess.
Maybe it's
just
a thing, man.
my thought.
Yeah.
It worked.
I don't
It
know,
worked for
but
my
that's
kids.
first thing that popped up when I put in amber necklace.
What
It said
site
amber
did it
necklace for teething.
Come from an
Was it-
educational site, government site, what, or
Oh,
just some
I don't
random .org or .com
It was
thing?
on Google.
Okay.
It was like the first thing that popped up on the Googles.
Yeah. See, I trust a lot of stuff that you find on specific types of websites, but most of it is
Let's
opinion
check your
based.
sources.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore.
I check my sources, man, and I like to corroborate my sources with other sources
Mhm.
too. So
Yep.
I'm not a big one-off kind of guy. Like if I got information, I want to know it's as accurate as possible.
Everybody says don't use Wikipedia, and I'm like, don't use Wikipedia. You can just go down and click on the sources to see where they got it
Yes.
from, because they will cite their sources, and that's when you can go, oh, okay, somebody just went in and typed some junk, or
Yeah.
you look at the sources, you're good.
I
It's a
don't even
good
like
starting
reading
point.
the article.
It's a good starting point, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I judge everything by the title of the article. I don't even read the article, much less go in and fucking cite sources
And you're the
shit.
fucking problem, man.
Check
That's
this
why I
out.
never like.
That's
I
what
heard
everybody
this.
does, dude. Nobody reads shit anymore. Everybody just goes off the title and assumes.
That's my first sign for me. This little guy.
That's interesting. What?
Looks like a billboard for a train set.
Yeah.
It's negativeed out. The LEDs are inside, so it glows through. Like that's how I was doing my signs. Now it's literally the exact opposite.
Huh.
And I mean, the size of that. That's wild.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
I just found that right now.
A lot of people do that, Rebel. A lot of people don't read into things at all.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go and comment on like a lot of social media posts. I see it on Twitter all the time. Like, dude, do you even read the original post?
Well, so
Like-
in like
a lot of
right
people do
now,
that.
I'm watching and following football. It's off season. It's the worst time for that. But there's a Facebook group. It says a CBS Vikings or whatever news, and it's CBS,
Mhm.
and it'll say and have a picture of somebody on there, and I'm like, they're not even, or it's a relevant player or something. It's a current player, and the article reads something. So and so does this, and I read the article, and I'm like, it's not even about the Vikings. It's
Yeah.
not even about the team, and it's also not even current. It's about something that happened for somebody else that wasn't even like what. I don't know how they're getting away with this, but more and more there's a lot of like articles
It's
that
clickbait, man.
it's a clickbait. That's it.
Mhm.
It's a clickbait, and it's like you're interested in the Vikings, and it's like, oh, okay, that's an interesting title. What's going on? And it's literally nothing to do with them. Like what?
Well, it's crazy. People use that kind of shit because in the average day, I mean, imagine, I don't know if anyone's ever done a study on this, but imagine how many times on average a person clicks something, and they are
Yeah.
trying to be one of those clicks.
Yep.
Out of the amount of available clicks out there in the world, it's a very small percentage, I would imagine, that the human use. It's probably an exorbitant amount of numbers, like times. But based on the availability of things to click that are out there, it's probably fucking 1,000,000% or less. So you're trying to be one of those. That's why they do that shit, I think. You're trying to be one of that 1,000,000% fucking one of those clicks that you get from someone. Well, that's
And they
what
get
most
me.
content people are trying to do. You know, they're trying to be
Yeah.
fucking. They're trying to get those clicks on people. Oh my gosh. Oh man, we're about 1.5 hours in. You guys wanna call it? Wrap it up?
Sure.
You all good? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
we already got our thumbnail.
We did. Usually that's the ending zone, but you know, it's whatever. Jay, man, I
Sorry.
appreciate you coming again. Thank you as
Yeah, dude.
always.
Absolutely.
You've been the guest and also our mod that has been on the most. So we always love
Before we
having
go,
you, man.
we have not asked you to do it yet.
Oh yeah,
Can we
yeah.
get a girl? Girl, you're about to catch this dick.
I was close to. I was thinking we're getting away
It's-
from that. One, before I do that, I'm happy that you made me come. Thank you.
That's not the first time he's heard that.
What just happened?
You good?
Well, I only asked you. I asked first. Okay.
You asked me to come. Yeah.
So please. He said,
So,
okay.
so I did.
Anytime.
He coached you to come in.
And he said anytime. But thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Once again. And the phrase is, girl, you about to get this dick.
Let's try it. All right. No, it's just girl, right?
Yeah, girl, you about to get this dick.
Girl, you about to get this dick.
Yes.
Best I got.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Girl, you're about to catch this willy.
I was
Oh my
gonna do
gosh.
something. I was gonna do something really high pitched just to mess with it, but
Girl, you about to get this dick.
Girl, you're about to catch this wiener.
Oh my god, dude. Holy cow, you guys.
That was
Anyway.
outstanding.
that
Yes, very well.
or
very
go with
good.
the wood, or with the wood. Put the wood twist on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that can mean something different. Bat to the head.
Oh
2 by
no.
4.
Girl, you about to get this naughty wood. Could work.
Mm.
Man,
I mean,
put the
that's
twist on it. It's not the same, but
Why's it gotta be a girl? I don't understand this.
well, I mean, my preference.
Preferences are preferences, man.
No, you're not allowed to have those anymore.
That's
Unless
true.
you heard.
Only
You're not
females
allowed.
can.
No. Yeah, sure, but you're not. No, nobody else is.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, bye, man.
All right.
Let's wrap this shit
Yeah.
up, you guys.
Anyway,
All right. Y'all
Later, guys.
be easy. Thanks
Love
for
y'all.
coming. Love y'all.
love y'all. Mean it. Appreciate y'all
Appreciate
coming in.
Thanks for the invite.
Of course.
Chat. Love you.